Hi friends, the journey continues. So, as always, I've just got to start the episode by reminding myself who the brothers are. Bobbins, level 6, Kremenko 5, Ad Piling, level 5. Punkmeyer, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with him. I might make him another duelist, just because it's occurred to me that I need to distinguish between my characters as either someone with real long-term potential, like Tobitschlangen, will be a Hammerraider, or Alvarin with long-term potential, and someone who doesn't have long-term potential, like Ardpoling. And there's been a lot of interesting debate in the comments about rotation or not, and I fully understand the merits of rotation, but I've made my thoughts known on it. This being said, though, here's the perfect time to experiment. I mean, if these are guys who I intend to replace anyway, I may as well take rotation. I mean, my logic has always been there's a lot of times when it won't be useful, but if it's someone I'm going to replace anyway, if I get any use out of it at all, especially if it's a quote-unquote, you know, short-term person who saves a long-term person, then it's well worth it. Okay, so on everyone who is not going to be a long-term, you know, superstar, we will take rotation on them, and hopefully it'll help. Kremenko being the exception, because he's up to level 10 already. And honestly, he's 79, and with Sword Mastery, gets +5 chance on split. So he's borderline okay enough, at least for now. Anyways, crack on. There's no jobs to be had here. We've sold everything we need to. Now, I don't remember from the last episode whether I went to Assenstad or Trogan. I think let's head back in there and do these 3 cities. Now, I'm fairly sure I came from there, but I do hope that I can do missions for them and get some resources. By the way, lads, can we just appreciate the fact that it's day 171? The fact that we've taken this insane amount of losses and have even made it this far is pretty incredible. The Unhold, ruining Assenstad militia. That's only 3 of them. I reckon we can take those on. Maybe not, we don't have nets. If we had nets, I'd feel better about taking that on. And I've got a wound here already. It's fine. The military guys will go there and help. I really don't want to fight against Hexen. Hexen just a bummer to fight. The cargo to Grunwasser, about 2 days to the south. Yeah, fine. I have real issues with the Hexen and the Alps. I mean, they're an interesting idea, but the way it works, it's just fighting them. It just sucks. It's a bummer. As pointed out in the comments a little while ago, when you fight Hexen, the consequences are potentially so high. Someone can so easily die. Yet they're hard to kill, and you don't get great rewards. You get a poisoned apple or some witch hair. And with the Alps, you can spend so long running around the map trying to catch them. It's a pain in the ass. I think of it the same way I think of playing on expert economic difficulty. You absolutely can get around it, and it absolutely is part of the game. But I think it's fair enough for you personally to make the decision whether you're worth or whether you're prepared to put that time in to be able to deal with that. You know. Anyway, I'm not willing to put the time in, that is. As long as I'm working for these houses, which is what House Winterhall, I'm happy. We should also do some more exploring. if we can't find some huts with zombies in. But we need a little bit more money saved up. I also want to see where there's a training hall. Turn stuff for foresight. Awesome. I love these missions. It's basically 12.90 gold for free. If it's at all possible to defeat the enemies that are in there, we'll do it. Honestly, no, that's silly. Let's not do that. Let's just send in some of the low-level boys. Grab the thing, get out. No danger. 1,300 gold in the bag, easy. Summon many legionaries. If we had heavier armor up front, we can do this without any losses, but it's too dangerous. Again, my main damage source is my warbows, which do nothing against these guys. I do think I need to hire a couple more brothers and make them either shield breakers or billmen. Because there's some fights where I'm not going to want to have archers at all. Maybe we can do with the ninjas in some fights, but like when the late game zombie crisis hits and I'm fighting against legionaries like this, ancient legionaries or what are they called again, the even heavier ones, my archers will just sit this out. The ninjas I think are fine. We know the ninjas are actually pretty damn good with their thrown axes against armor. So we need to hire a bannerman. I don't think we've got someone who's a bannerman. And we need 2 guys with decent melee skill who can become bowmen or shield breakers in the back line. But they're going to have to wait, because if we hire anyone with decent melee skill, they need to go to the front line. Easy money. I could fight these 4 hex and... Oh no, there's a hex and 3 shrats. No thank you. Lord, can you imagine trying to deal with that hex while there are shrats busy beating the shit out of your team? That would be a nightmare to take that fight on. A cultist would be great. Speak of the devil, and he's a strong brute. Okay, this is our bannerman. It's deeply unfortunate that his melee skill is that poor. There's our sergeant. Spunkmeyer, let's just say he's also a spear duelist. Although, I need my mace specialist to get levels. I absolutely need my bannerman to get levels. He's not going to be great with respect to his melee skill, but when he does hit, he'll do nice damage. When he hits the head, at least. He's got great fatigue. He's got 2 points in hit points, so I'm probably not going to have to take Colossus on him, which means I can justify fast adaptation. His resolve will be good enough for a bannerman, and his fatigue will be good. And what's great is he's going to have huge points in range defense, which you need for a bannerman who can't really utilize the quick hands ability, because he needs to keep his banner out at all times. Is there a pike I can give him? There is. Okay, sorry Spunkmeyer, but you're just gonna slide down the priority list, I'm afraid. This is the harsh reality of Battle Brothers, my friend. I'm sorry about that. Ganther will get some use eventually, but once one of these guys die. I could make the argument for replacing Van Thorn now. Because Gunther, ninja replacements. Now let's just leave these lads, and then he's there if we need him. I won't even name him. Okay, so who's next on the name list? Where's my name list? Aha! The legend himself, Michael Stubbs. Been around since some of the very first campaigns. He'll be a fine Bannerman. If he survives. Malta, you never know. Paranoid. The lower initiative is totally fine, I don't mind that. If he has stars where I need them, then he'll be great. Like, the defense is just a bonus, but he doesn't have a star in melee skill, so... But... How many days would we have here? 6 days to run around. Although really I think what I should do is wait until I get a patrol mission and then we can set out into the world and see what we find. Ideally it'll be locations beset by undead so that we can get the heads for the... oh my word! For the patrol and get the locations for the ambition. Please don't have any ghasts in there. Perfect! We wait until daytime. Yeah, and we do this. In fact, Michael Stubbs, you're going to be the bannerman, so you may as well use the banner. 61, well, there was 61 on Onolf, and almost as much on Michael Stubbs. Oh, that's perfect. Such a pity I couldn't go to a training hall and get the extra XP off of this. But this is exactly what I wanted. Dawn, do we fight them in the... Actually, fighting them in the forest is bloody great. Mustn't forget though, let's drop the shields for the extra fatigue. And speaking of shields, we don't need these heavy kite shields. Although, with who's got the lowest melee defense, 19 there was super low. That'll do. Now we happen to know against these zombies, we can start without a shield for the extra damage. Actually, no, that's too low, except for you at Polling. So this reminds me, seeing this big group of zombies here, reminds me that it's actually quite good to leave those crypts full of necromancers and zombies and whatnot. Leave them on the world map for as long as you can, because if we were to get a patrol mission now, we could run around that crypt and there's a decent chance you'll find a group of zombies like this busy patrolling around. Kremenko needs to move to that square there. Zombies, my favorite. Hold the line, men. Let them come. Now, with respect to the ambitions that we have, I suppose it would have been easier to defeat a group of 24 or more. That probably would have been easier as an ambition. Great shooting, boys. Hold. Don't fire till you can see the grey maggot-infested eye sockets. And Honor is going to be such a beast when he hits level 11. He's already becoming pretty damn impressive. Those 3 stars in range skill makes him such a superstar. I'll move up here. I don't think I don't need to. I feel like maintaining position is far more important. "79% over 3 squares is actually pretty good. Yeah, I think now I can justify stepping forward because of the presence of that Wiedergänger. That little pitchfork could have been a bit of a pain. "265's missed, unlucky. %, just wait. On the next turn it's going to start getting interesting as these zombies hit the front lines. Good damage. That was actually a bit lucky. Great work, Elandira. Now it's 3 hits in a row. Outstanding. Let's wait for these guys to get closer. Maybe I can do a great sword swing. Long sword swing, rather. Also, we've still got some worn chainmail on the back lines there. Might be worth trying to pick up like that basic mail there if we can. Oh well, see, that one's untouched, so that's 100% chance to get it. As long as we don't destroy any of that armor. Whereas this one is dented, so only 50% chance to get it. Even if you dagger that guy down. Nice. So I want to see what that damage is there with 42 damage. Oh, so the thing is, I couldn't actually see the killing frenzy damage increase because when you kill it, it doesn't show you the damage. Oh, there, it's 37 to 56. Nice. Who would have thought that Baoshi would become such a badass? Well done, Van Thorn. Off with his head. I can get them. Now they've already gone, so you might think switch to your shield here, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have higher initiative than these guys. I'll leave the sword out so I can attack before them on the next turn and then get my shield out before they attack. We'll see whether I've gotten that calculation right or not. Nice, Event Thorn. No, with Baoshi. See, now it's no more it's for fuck's sakes, Baoshi. Now it's hell yes, Baoshi. Although perhaps I shouldn't get too excited. I am just fighting zombies after all. The real test comes when we start fighting orc warriors. Good daggers out, boys. Get him. Do I mind if they come into melee contact with Leothan? I don't, because he's actually a pretty damn good hand axe user. Nice. I'm gonna wait that the hit chance get a bit higher. Good hit on off. How are ye? I do love a good axe. Right now, that one. I got that a bit wrong actually, okay. Excellent work, Kremenko. Also consider the fact that he's pretty much doing work just with a longsword. Once he gets an actual greatsword, it's going to be even better. Well done. Wait, I can check what the damage number was there. 53 damage. Nice. Excellent work, friends. Yeah, so we don't have enough to be able to go berserk and attack again, I don't think. No. Oh, doesn't matter. Archie, you want to do the honors with a throwing axe? Oof, almost. Who did the most damage? 610 from Honor, 830, 1,000 by Kremenko. Holy hell. It just shows you how you can't beat two-handed weapons. And we got both sets of basic mail. That's a nice little bonus. Also, the fact that I'm stoked to get basic mail on day 150 just shows you how badly the campaign's going. not good. And we'll hang on to these hand axes. We learned that the friggin' hard way against the Shrap, didn't we? Elverin, Hammer Raider. Yeah. Nice, great melee defense. It's almost time to give him a hammer specialization. But no, he needs underdog. Bobbins, our spear duelist, +2, nice, we'll take that, we'll take that. And I don't mind his fatigue too much. Let's take rotation. And Thorn, my ninja. 9. 69 at 9, that is dreadful. Absolutely fucking dreadful. Sergeant Leothan. Great, great, great. Excellent work, excellent work. What else do I want? Initiative, hit points. I think I want melee defense. Melee skill needs to be higher. But again, his job is to break shields. Anything else, straight bonus. I think I might actually give him nimble and put him in relatively light armor. That's going to preserve his initiative to a large degree. Well, I'll say preserve it. It just needs to be higher than the guys in the front line. So 61 initiative, 61, 59, 58, 66. Okay, I might want to put a few points of initiative in there. The idea being that if he's going to break a shield, you want him to act before the guys who will take advantage of that shield being broken. Brawny? Nah. You like Steel Brow. I think Gifted might give him an extra +3 on melee skill. Fearsome and Killing Frenzy I don't think we need. Well, Killing Frenzy is always great, but Fearsome, 0 to 20 I can ignore armor, so he's making the enemy roll for morale like half the time anyway. Backstabber is probably his... Actually, you know what? I'm going to get Backstabber because he gets extra accuracy from these guys being in contact with someone, but that's going to increase it, which is going to be what will do the most for him with his melee skill. Either Backstabber or Fast Adaption. Go with Backstabber. And Arion, 84, is pretty good. I want to keep his initiative and his fatigue more or less exactly the same. Bearing in mind that your initiative can never be higher than your fatigue. 20 range defense, I think that's plenty. And 92 fatigue is also pretty damn good, considering he has that. Give him some more hit points. Do I want Killing Frenzy? Oh, what? I still haven't taken... I never took Bullseye. What the hell? That's an oversight. I should have taken Bullseye a long time ago. That's so important for when you're shooting at his marksman behind the raiders. Okay, so as a mace specialist, your resolve is fine, your hit points could be better. Like, I want to give you melee defense, but not if it's +1, that's dreadful. 81, excellent. And Brawny, I suppose. Oh no, quick hands. Good. Nice bit of XP. Hopefully we get a few more fights like that. Now, I was thinking about my decision to hang on to these hand axes just for fighting the Shrats because of how important it is to break their shields. And I'm wondering if the same logic can or should be applied to hanging on to cleavers for when you're fighting unhold. The thing is, I generally wouldn't, because let's say, for example, I make Tobit a hammer specialist. When he fights an unhold, I then got to make the decision, do I have him fight with his hammer, or do I give him a cleaver for the bleed stack bonus? The argument against the cleaver then would be that his fatigue will be a problem, but then you can make the counter argument that anyone that has recover can swing, 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 recover, and they get exhausted, and therefore, if you didn't have recover, it's a no-brainer, you don't let them use the cleaver. Interesting to think about. Okay, we're still looking for some brothers to recruit. I'll always take a look at a butcher. I like butchers. Hate for green skins. Give them a try, I suppose. Hate for beasts and a team player. That's excellent. And I mean, we need a bowyer. Let's take a look at the new boys. Oh, come on, give me melee skill. That's just dreadful. He is a bowyer though. So you could make the argument to get him up to level 6 and then you just leave him in reserve until he eventually makes you a bow. But no, he's never going to be good enough. And if I want to hire someone as a bowyer, I want them to have points in the right skills so I can at least use them. Which is a funny way of saying I don't think I can justify having someone getting a salary just sitting in reserve. That was expensive. Okay, what you got for us? Escort to Stephen Forst. I don't want to go southwest, I want to go back north. Follow the tracks, return the tome. It's not worth my time. Ah, nice. Peaceful. Soldiers keeping the road safe. Oh, for God's sake, come on. Give me a patrol mission. And stop asking me to hunt lindworms. We know how famously well that's gone in the past. Let me just take a look at my guys and think. Could I have taken on that 2-skull goblin mission? You know what? I can. I'm going to start saying yes to those. We've got decent level brothers. But my 2 archers with warbows means that I can fight the goblins during the day. And then I can outrange their ambushes. So the ambushes are certainly irritating, but they're not going to be that lethal against our guys. I should back myself to outshoot them. Kaltenhoff. Certainly. Oh, I want that so cheap. Just need 1 day's worth of salary. Okay, so we bought that salt for 300. I think we'll make like 150 gold profit on each. With the ambush trade routes, that's going to push the price up even higher. Yeah, 226 profit each of that. Fantastic. I need a caravan hand as well, but let's just put a spending freeze in place for a bit to get up to about 5,000. I do not want to be in that situation again where I have to sell a weapon of some sort to be able to buy resources. Road's quiet. Too quiet, Captain. Means something bad's gonna happen. Escort Grunwasser. 2 days worth, no, that's 800 gold minus my daily rate. I'll make maybe 400 after that. Doesn't sound worth it at all. Let's head over to Schaffenstein, Assenstead, and then go buy resources. I think we'll do the northern loop here. We've got enough food and salary. I want to find some zombie-infested huts. While walking about the shops of Kaltnoff, you feel a tug at your sleeve. You turn to find a child there with a face smeared black with two bright white eyes staring out. He asks if you know anything about swords. You gesture towards the one you got sheathed at your side. He claps his hands. Great! I work for a blacksmith yonder, and he's away fetching iron ingots. He told me to keep watch of the special sword he was making, but it fell and broke. Fell on its own and broke on its own. Help me put it back together. Looks like Van Thorn wants to help. What does Van Thorn do? Van Thorn, the young apprentice, is tasked with helping the kid. He saunters over to the smithy and starts helping the kid. But he does more than just help. He fashions the sword back together in such a way that it's stronger than it was to begin with. The blacksmith returns to find the handiwork and demands to know how to do it, almost begging for insight. Van Thorn laughs. Ha! You give me the sword and I'll give you the secret my master passed down to me. You didn't even know the apprentice knew how to do any of this. The lad is nothing if not a sponge in boots. The trade is made with the blacksmith and both parties leave more than happy. It's almost as if we just sold an arming sword. And we got one in return. Profit. I'm pretty sure that's a new event for the apprentice. I've actually never seen an event pop for the apprentice before. I wonder if I shouldn't take on those bandits. Let's take a look, see. I think nice, direwolves will fight those. Some marksmen, a plethora of raiders, and a few leaders. That's probably a bit much actually. That's like 15 raiders. Once we have lamellar harness on everybody up front, it'll be a lot easier. The question I have to ask myself is, do I have enough power in my back line to take that fight on? I think if it wasn't for the rocky terrain, I would take that fight on. The rocky terrain makes that far too dangerous. I mean, if we start with the enemy with the height advantage, then that's going to be so bad for us. It's night time, meaning that there's going to be a ranged skill penalty. But the ninjas are throwing nice and close, so it shouldn't be too bad. Damn, I should have started on-off out with his two-handed sword out. Great work, lads. I am going to do the standard riposte shield wall on the front line. Especially with Kremenko now. Because if I had started him with the longsword like Tobit, I could have taken the swing and then gone to my axe. Shield, I mean. I just thought axe because I was looking at Leothan, who's just casually got almost a double kill. Well done. Damn, I was hoping he'd take that spot. Oh well. Michael Stubbs, you just gotta stay alive here, mate. %, really low. Great work. See how we just move up the line and start killing things. And I want the 2 arming sword swings or the 1 long sword swing. I think it depends on what kind of state these... they are untouched, so I'm better off with the 2 arming sword swings. That would be a total of 80 to 90 as opposed to 65 to 85. Ow! Well, Michael Stubbs is level 1, I suppose. I do think this is largely the effect of fast adaptation that's helping him hit his shots. See, you cannot beat an arming sword for fighting dire wolves. Right tool for the right job and all that. Only 2 pelts. I'm going to start going to these ruins. We'll see what's in there and then we'll decide whether we can fight or not. On the plus side with Michael Stubbs, as soon as he hits rally the troops, we can start taking on enemy groups with geists. I mean, he's not going to be great against them, but it should be, you know, good enough. As long as it isn't too scary of a big group. How long have we been going for? 43 minutes. Okay, a good little episode there. Let's take a break there. When we come back, we're going to still keep hitting the northern loop. Try and make as much money as we can. But I want to start just taking a peek inside these ruins and these camps. Because if it's undead and it's killable, we should clear it out absolutely to try to get this ambition done. Okay, have we made positive forward progress in this mission? I think so. I don't believe anyone died this episode, so that's good. Yeah, we hired our first cultist who doesn't have the best melee skill, but that's all right. We'll work around that. We'll give him fast adaptation. We'll give him gifted. 1 star, and he's kind of not a wonderful bannerman, but the fact that he's a cultist has made me keep him because I want him to give us the Dovekul armor eventually. But who knows, maybe we can come across a cultist with better combat stats and then we can always replace him. Gunthroug's there if we ever need him. Alright, thanks for watching, friends. Another episode of Battle Brothers in the bag. Day 178. Who would have thought that? It was looking doubtful a little while ago. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.